Maybe scared of getting his phone taken
away. Hey, y'all. I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here.
Hey, Chief would do the same thing. I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't even saying nothing to him. I'm just trying to film. He's over there. Get your foot off the mat. Get your. Really?
Don't get worked up too bad.
Man.
Yeah. Find something and then escalate it.
Well, he escalated it. I got my little toe on the mat.
They'll escalate them.
Howdy, y'all. Well, I can see some people's starting to come in.
I'm glad because yeah, he don't know what he's talking about.
Hey, y'all.
I just told him.
Damon keeps on tape.
You know what I'm saying?
If y'all was watching Patrick a while ago, y'all already know what happened. If you didn't, then y'all can go see over at Patrick's channel here in a little bit. I got here with Texas Wolfman probably about
that's
Ethics phone. I'm trying to.
Ethics is inside, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's Ethics phone. He's trying to go. Hey, help Ethics phone out, okay? There's the helping hand right there, and his helping hand. Anyway, I went in, and it says on the order, unless I'm misreading or misunderstand something, it says no photography, and it says no audio or video in the courtroom and areas that are essential to it. But they're deeming that, it doesn't say it, but they're deeming that past the vestibule or whatever you want to call it, the second entrance that goes into the building, they're calling from that all the way back throughout the whole building. They're calling the police department part of the court. They're calling the billing department part of the court. They're calling the hallways part of the court. They're calling the bathrooms part of the court. Everything's like part of the court.
Still?
That's not true. But anyway, I went and talked to the chief's secretary, and she took my name and phone number, had me write it down on a pad, and she wanted to know where I retired from. And I didn't have to tell, but it's a public record, and I ain't got nothing to hide. Man, this sun's straight in my eyes, so I can't read none of this chat right at the moment, and I'm very sorry for that. So she said she couldn't say if the chief would call me back today, tomorrow, Monday, next week, or never. She couldn't give me an answer, but she quizzed me about a lot of stuff, so I guess she was trying to quiz me so she could take some intel to the chief. That would be my best guess. I mean, that's normally how things work. Like a screener. I'm screening you to see what to tell the chief to decide if you're worthy for him to talk to. And I tried to explain totally and completely that, hey, this is I'm a mediator, I'm a negotiator, 40 years of law enforcement. I could really help this city and really help the police department in a positive way. I could help the auditors. Now, he may call, he may not. I talked to the ladies, which were very nice and very polite at the utilities office, and basically they told me I could make a meeting with the mayor through her secretary or the city manager. She said the city manager was on the premises somewhere, but she didn't. Hey, y'all, I couldn't see. She didn't know exactly where she was, and it would take a meeting. I talked to the sergeant in there, I can't remember his last name, because they said it's restricted over in building permits. So I couldn't even go in the restricted area even to ask what the requirements are for a building permit in this city. You have to, according to the sergeants, you have to call them, and you have to get an invitation to come in. You have to get an invitation by the building department to come in to find out the information. So there's the people chatting away. Yeah. Chatting.
I don't know anybody here. My boy.
Yeah. So anyway, the police have, They asked me about a cell phone. I was honest. I said, yeah. They said, you have to leave it outside. I don't see nothing in the order that says you can't take it in the building. I questioned them about it. I asked them, which you shouldn't have to do. Hang on. Aircraft. That's one of them loud aircraft. So look, here's the deal. I tried to talk to the chief. I tried to talk to the mayor. Tried to talk to the city manager. So they're telling me it'll be probably next week or the following week before the mayor or the city manager could talk to me. Now, you know, to me that's junk. Hey,
Jones,
hey,
retired chief of police, trying
yeah.
to go talk some sense into the people, but they weren't having none of it.
Yeah. So I got another good fella here. Where am I at? Yeah, this is the other good fella here.
West LA.
West
LA Audit.
West LA Audit.
It's a new channel.
It's a new channel.
Just started a little bit. I got a few videos, but I'm here really to support everybody that comes out because what's going on in Leon Valley is just out of control.
Yeah, it is.
That's why people of your stature, it's so important that they come and try to talk to them so they might listen at a level, feel like, hey, you know, it's not just them.
Right.
They want to say it's them, it's those people.
Right.
It's us. It's us. Everybody's out here. We all want the same treatment. You see an injustice. It's hard to just sit by and watch it.
Right. Well, you know, me personally, I told the police who I am. I told them why I'm here. I'm not trying to hook nobody up. I'm not trying to go down on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to help the police. I'm trying to help the citizens. I'm trying to be a prevailing level head, you know, in this situation as much as I can. I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm a peace-loving man. I'm a minister of the gospel, retired chief of police, retired chief deputy constable. You know, I've been in this for 40 years. I want to reason with the judge. I want to reason with the chief of police. I want to reason with the mayor and get resolution, because what's going to happen is if this isn't solved now, it'll just fester up and get worse and worse. And just like a pimple, when it's exploded, it goes everywhere. So whether the police wind up hurting somebody very seriously or killing somebody, or somebody takes it upon themselves to throw down some ungodly violence on the police.
And nobody's for that.
Nobody's for that. It could happen. You know, we got lunatics, and all it takes is them to see this and go off on the either side, you know.
Hey, the guy went down and shot the pizza place in Washington, D.C. for a child sex ring, from Clinton, because somebody saw it. Somebody said it.
Yeah.
There are people that aren't right out there. So
Right.
if we're having all these, we should be on the same page. The police department, they work for us until we commit a crime. And,
Right.
and if they just respect us and we respect them, you know, we're not for people being rude to the police. I don't like people being rude to me.
And
So
see,
not everybody is the same. And you
And-
can't thug people into submission.
right, and see, I've been sitting out here where if the chief wants to, he can come out here and sit and talk to me. If he wants to call me on the phone, my phone's right here. I'm trying to sit here in the open, peaceful, quiet, tell people what's going on. You know, the city manager, mayor, council people, citizens could very well be watching this. The chief could be sitting in his office watching me right now. I don't know. I really don't know. But I think there's a good chance that him and or other law enforcement are watching to see how do I handle myself, what's going on. Well, I'm a professional. You know, I'm like everybody else. When I get upset, I talk a little smack, you know. Sometimes my bark is worse than my bite.
A little venting.
Yeah, you know, it's frustrating because I've had city, county, state, and federal or national judges explain the law to me. I've had city attorneys, county attorneys, state attorneys, and people from DA's offices, attorney generals of the United States, or deputy district attorneys in the United States, explain to me the laws and federal titles and what this means and interpret it to me. I don't know that the chief has had that. You know, his integrity was questioned about cheating on a test and getting fired and going to the union to get his job back. So that's what you call muscle to get your job back, okay? Under normal circumstances, he couldn't have got his job back, and he said something like clearing a couple $100,000, unless I misunderstood him. But it's on video, so we can go back and look at it. I always make this joke. Hillary Clinton don't believe in video. She don't believe people have video that instead of saying 100 different things. So yeah, you can go back and you can get my videos, you can get other people's videos. Videos live on in cyberspace forever.
Documentation.
Yeah. So I have documented today. I came here in peace, love, understanding, and as a problem solver to help the police and help the people. And let's come to a peaceful resolution where everybody knows exactly what the law is and everybody lives by it. Now, if they said no cameras in the courtroom during when court is in session, that is judge's discretion. But he can't enlarge the courtroom from the size of the courtroom. You know, from the sides of the courtroom to engulf the whole building.
You know, we got a Hercules.
Yeah.
These guys are flying over every half hour. These are some monster planes.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
These are the biggest, baddest planes. But Chief Jones, for some people that might not know who you are, can you please just give me a real quick breakdown of your service for our great country?
Yeah, well, I started in Dallas, Texas, a police cadet, and I think it was February 1978. And my last duty was February of 2018. I semi-official retired in 2017, which was 39 years and some days, but I got called out on a couple of things, and it wound up extending it to exactly the 40th anniversary.
And congratulations.
Yes, thank you. So I retired as a chief of police for 2 cities in Florida. I retired as a chief deputy constable in Alabama. I did a special tour of duty under a special assignment, a dual appointment at the same time as a Texas Ranger and a U.S. Marshal in North Texas in the early 80s. I've worked as a constable in Texas. I've been appointed, commissioned as a deputy sheriff in Texas. I worked in law enforcement in Texas. You know, it's all public record. So there's, you know, some people say prove this, prove that. I don't have nothing to prove. You know, if you want proof to prove me right or prove me wrong, then you go check the record.
Yeah, it's simple enough.
Yeah, I'm not. This is not like a challenge. Like I challenge you to do it. I'm not challenging nobody to do it. I'm just saying if you want to, you can go check it. You can go look at my LinkedIn
You're not
account.
hiding nowhere.
No. You can go look at my LinkedIn account, and I've got numerous chiefs of police, numerous sheriffs, constables in Texas and across the country that are on my LinkedIn account. Do you think if I was fake, if I wasn't genuine, I could have hundreds of them and wouldn't nobody out of all of them ever call me out?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, now probably 100 of them people I know personally from working in 5 different states. I worked in Florida, Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Tennessee. That's Buck G. Hey. Yeah. That's old Buck G.
This is our famous Buck G.
Yeah, there's Buck G, y'all.
Hello, everybody in Buck G land. Wow.
In Buck G land. Buck G land's a special place. Hey, I went in and left my name and number with the secretary for the chief, and she said she won't say that he will call me today, next week, or ever. She quizzed me about where I retired from and all that other stuff. That's not really relevant, but you know, I just, you know, I'm not got nothing so I gave it to her. You know what I'm saying?
On scene, guys, right there.
Thank you.
Here's Ohio Guardian 2.0.
I'm a righteous dude.
What's your name, sir?
Damon Chief Jones.
Nice to meet you, Damon Chief Jones.
Yes, who are you, brother?
Ohio Guardian 2.0.
Ohio Guardian 2.0. Let me put you on there. Ohio Guardian 2.2. 2.0. Yes. Yes, thank you for being out here. Thank you. Yeah. Well, all right. So everybody's out here doing a constitutional challenge. No, I did not.
Is he even in there?
I think it was Mexican Padilla seen him pull in this morning, and so I believe he's in there in his office. Some people say he's in there being a coward. Some say he's hiding.
Y'all haven't had no contact with any officers out here?
Oh yeah, I mean I went in and they wanted to search me for you know, and wand me and they wanted me to empty everything out of my pockets to make sure I didn't have no cell phone. I just told them I had it and I brought it outside and I gave it to Patrick, News Now Patrick, to hold for me.
Yes, yes.
I went in and in the courtroom they got the notice posted, which is more specific. But see, this is part of my auxiliary aid. I have to take pictures of things and enlarge it to read it.
Yes.
Okay, and if it's a public notice, I have to have some kind of device to read things. They're not going to go in there and read it to me.
Exactly.
So this is part of my auxiliary aid because of my eyes and some of the disabilities I have, you know,
Yeah.
which is why I'm not active law enforcement today. Now, I may come over here and run for sheriff. I may come over here and run for constable, and I might not. You never know. My health might improve drastically in the next week or two, and they may need a chief of police here. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. You
never know.
You never know. Hey, y'all was working on getting an injunction for relief, an injunction order. Is it still in process?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Sometimes those things come in a matter of minutes. Sometimes they come in hours, and sometimes it'll take a few days because a judge wants to review it and make sure there are no, quote, typographical or legal errors, and they want to look at a couple of variables on state statutes and on the claim that we file or you file or anybody else files. So it's a little process.
Hey, chick, can I sneak in?
Oh! Another plane. Sorry, y'all. Toes eye.
How you doing? Hey, can I sit this right here?
Yeah. Guys. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside.
Class with bow. Yeah, I'll guard it.
I wasn't 2 seconds before I was in the class.
Yeah, I went walking around in the inside. I had to come take my cell phone out. That order, I don't see something saying the cell phone.
Down here the other day.
Just says you can't take pictures. Well, so that's like an overreach.
They're telling me that I can't take my phone inside, even though if it's not recording.
They've been really
they made a thing up there that's like a law is very, very specific. What they put up there is vague and broad-based. The Supreme Court of the United States has said broad-based, ambiguous, or undiscernible laws are unenforceable. The Supreme Court's ruled it numerous times. So that on its face value is unlawful. And in Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, y'all go look up that case, the principles and the morality and the ethics of that case applying this according to my opinion, but I'm basing that on what other people have told me and showed me. So look up Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham. It was the early 1960s case where the city was trying to make a black minister and his men that was walking on a street and preaching in a parade get a permit, and he said, we're in lawful assembly, we're using our First Amendment, we're expressing ourselves and our religious freedoms, and we can walk through Birmingham. Well, Birmingham was hardcore against anybody black, So they were trying to make them do things other people didn't, so they took it all the way to the Alabama Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court of the United States said the Alabama Supreme Court did a surgical job on it to try and pass like a camel through the eye of a needle, so to speak. Anyway, holy God. Yep. So
We're catching it, Chief. We're catching it. Just
yeah. You know, these are the things that I've been taught in my 40 years. I've had college law professors teach me. I've had, you know, from the local to the national judges teach me. I've had attorneys teach me. I've had trial lawyers, not plea bargain lawyers, but trial attorneys teach me.
people fight the case.
So whether it's the, you know, people in the entire judiciary have taught me for 40 years. I've gone to specialized schools for these things. I've learned how to mediate. I've learned how to negotiate, how to take something that's ramped up here and bring it down, jack it down, not jack it up, but jack it down. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm trying to do is I've been trying to establish contact with the chief of police, the mayor, the city manager, to work on a peaceful resolution. And so far, I can get an appointment with the mayor or the city attorney, but it may be 1 week or 2 weeks away. Well, you know, I don't have $1 million budget, and I'm sure they know me and other people travel long distances, and there's no way we can go back and come back for this 15-minute or an hour-long appointment. We could be halfway across the country, halfway here, and then all of a sudden they said, well, the mayor or whatever, they canceled an hour or two ahead of time, and you done drove 600 or 800 miles or paid for airline tickets to get here, and they cancel. It's a little game that government plays with people sometimes. I'm not saying that that's what they're doing. I don't know. I don't make accusations that I don't have reasonable evidence to back up. But I've seen these games played before. And if the chief of police, and I put this out there, and he may be watching me right now, if you're any kind of man at all, you got any heart, any soul, any righteousness in you, I'm sitting right out in front of the city hall, the police department, and the court. They're different. It's a multifunctional building. The court doesn't take up the whole building. That's illogical.
Some plain bullshit.
I'm saying if you're the chief, come out here and talk to me. I have no weapon. I have no harm. I've drove over 800 miles. It's probably by the time we got here, and then I had to catch a ride with the Uber in. I have probably been 840 miles or thereabouts one way. And then, you know, I got to do that back. And I don't know what's going to go on the rest of today. I don't know what's going to go on tomorrow through the weekend. But the people that's helped PayPal, I have got my fuel money round trip. I've got all my food taken care of, and I got me a motel room for the night. So if you were donating for any of that, I'm up and I'm good. Okay? So nobody has to send any more donations if that's all you want. And I'm here, and I've lived the truth, and I've told the truth, and I promised to come, and I am here, and y'all pulled through, and y'all made it happen. Now, on the other hand, if I'd want to stay another day or two and monitor them and do some audits, which, see, the hours of operation, it says right over there, it says Saturday and Sunday closed, so they'll be closed tomorrow, so there won't be. The chief of police more than likely works 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, or 7 to 4 or whatever. Chiefs of police schedules are freaky. Anyway, the point I'm getting at is he may show up, he may not, just depends. The officers might be out there and aggressive on the weekend, or they might not.
Hey, for those who just
We
joined,
might
this is,
we might
His
audit
name's Patrick.
other
He's following what's been going on
nearby
in the valley.
locations.
He doesn't like it.
You know, so we don't know. If people do donate more money for an additional day's stay, and for additional food and whatever incidental expenses, then I will stay longer, okay? My PayPal link has been put up several times, but it's paypal.me/Damond Jones with a capital D and a capital J, or Damond4040 at yahoo.com. Those are the ways you can donate to me and my cause. I'm sitting here trying to watch Batozai's phone and camera bag, so I can't go nowhere. He went to go inside, and I don't know if he's doing a verbal visual audit or had to go to the bathroom. He didn't say. So I'm sitting here guarding that. And News Now Patrick, he's been here and there and everywhere. I think he's done circled the building 3 or 4 times. He's that young man. He's hyper and got a lot of vigor and vim in him, you know. I wish somebody would stop that troll. He just has got under my skin, and I just ain't had no sleep, and he's just freaking me out. So somebody shut him down. Mr. Steve, wrench him out. Y'all deal with him, run him off. You know, we don't have no time for trolls. We're trying to take care of our God-given inalienable rights that is backed up by the Constitution. And the Spanish TV has the chief of police here saying, these auditors, they know the law. They know the law. He knows we know the law, okay? But he says that he makes him sick that we hide behind it. We're not hiding behind nothing. The Constitution is wrapped around us. We created the Constitution for us and the people, okay? There ain't nothing to hide behind. You're either in it or you're out of it. So he knows the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. And he knows we will prevail, as we always have and always will, okay? But he's trying to make himself look good, and he's trying to do things that I think he shouldn't do. And I honestly, just like I said on Patrick's channel, I'm a man of my word and I'm a man of honor. I guarantee you, as I live and breathe, if the chief of police called me on the phone and he says, Chief, I want to talk to you on the record and off the record, I'd say, okay. Well, I'd ask some questions, and he'd say, well, I'll answer you on the record about that, or I'll answer you off the record. And I can object and say, no, if you're going to answer that question, I want it on the record. Now, sometimes some journalists have been weasels, and they've done stuff off the record. Okay? Now, public officials really ain't never off the record, but if I give my word, I'll keep it. And if he called me and said something's off the record, then I'll take that to my grave, because that's who I am. But I would talk to him on the record. I would like to get his thought process. Said he's gone. I really would like to get his thought process. Now, you know, we could sit in his office in private. I don't have no phone, and we could talk right now. You know, I wouldn't want to be bum rushed with 4 other officers in there with me, you know, and trying to... Hang on, y'all. One of the attributes, okay, say if I went and talked to the chief, you know, hypothetically, one of the things he could say is, you know, are you one of those radicals? I'm just saying he could say that, because he may have in his mind, based on his thought process and based on the way he perceives this, his reality is we're misusing the Constitution and we're trying to make something out of nothing. And what I'm saying is that could be his mindset. And I could tell him, no, that's not right. But then I got to tell y'all on the other side, let me try and talk with him if he will talk to me. That's what an honest negotiator and an honest man or woman does. They give their word, they do what they'll say, they do it when they say, how they say, and if they can't, then they make notice to people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, gosh, I'm burning up. I'm going to have to take me and my phone and go over here in the shade. But I have to stay close by, very close by, because that sun was cooking my head, y'all. I'll leave my stuff back here, but I can't leave because I promised Batoza I'd watch his stuff. And when you make a promise, you keep it. You know, that's just like I swore an oath. My oath has no expiration. Okay? To me, that was my sacred honor to the people and the public trust. So, I am not at this minute an active officer for the public trust. I am a citizen with 40 years experience and upholding as an officer, upholding the public trust. And this is how I am, and this is my way. So I've come as an honest man, an honest broker. I told the chief secretary thing, I said, I'm not here to cause waves, but you know, to give me that eye of suspicion, I feel that, well, my reality is, I feel like I did what I could do. You know, I've been up 24 hours plus. I'm pretty beat down. I'm rough and ragged around the edges. My sugar fluctuates at different times. It goes up a little bit, goes down a little bit, you know, yada, yada, yada. My hope, my serious, heart of hearts hope was that the chief would talk to me or the mayor, somebody, and I could try and present one side in a very favorable fashion, okay? And maybe I could talk to them and present them to the people in a favorable position. Yeah. Hey,
Chief, how are you?
Hey, fine. You know what? Your spirit got on me last night. I was going, yeah. Right on. Okay. Yeah, man, you drive me crazy. You're funny as all get out, man. And then you know, I'm not politically correct, but at the same time, I try and be understanding to people, and I try and don't say things that would set somebody off, you know, misunderstanding.
Sure.
So I didn't know your name, so what I did is I said, who's the Asian guy?
Right.
And then, you know, like somebody jumped on me right away. He's not Asian, he's from Japan.
Oh, it's YouTube, you know.
Yeah,
It is
you know,
what it is.
you know, so it is what it is.
Right.
No more, no less, right?
Yeah, you know me. I mean, it's gonna be hard to get under my skin.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes when I got the same troll just rolling.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Woo! Yeah, we got Chief Jones hanging out with us. It's been a while since we saw Chief Jones. It was almost parked. I think it was the last time we spoke. So
Yeah.
I've been in your streams a couple times chatting and stuff, but not in person.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Awesome. Sweet.
Yeah, there's Texas Wolf
How are
man.
you?
He was
Oh, man, thank you so much for supporting Linda.
there's Texas Wolf man. He was the central point of command to help us do what we need to do. Wait a minute, I heard a dingo bell. What does that mean? I think one of my overseas friends is watching and thanking me. I'm not sure. I can't really tell. Let me show y'all some people that believe in freedom.
All about this T-shirt. Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my freedom.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my freedom. Yes, I did 40 years in law enforcement. I retired, and I've never seen nothing like this. You know.
We know of 10. Let's see. We know of about almost 400 law enforcement officers that do not act like this.
Yeah.
Right.
That we support
Yep.
them. And,
Right.
And it makes when you have a law enforcement officer that doesn't protect and serve, for those that do, it makes it 10 times harder. For
Right,
them
right.
To be good officers.
Well, I always said, if you're a righteous officer, I'll risk my life to help save yours. Okay, if you're righteous, a peace officer, I will do it.
Yes.
If you're acting like a thug or a bully,
Yes.
I might not jump on you, but I sure ain't going to help you commit no crime.
No,
You know,
you're not going to be part of the crime. That's
the Constitution, we're wrapped in the Constitution.
correct.
We're not behind it. The chief of police said on Spanish TV from numerous sources that he hated the fact that, quote, we hide behind the Constitution. We're not behind. We created the Constitution between us and the servants.
There's nothing like it. There's
Yeah.
nothing in this whole world like our Constitution.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no doubt.
Everything because they knew what it took. Some of those signers of the Declaration of Independence did lose their homes, their fortunes. They did put it all on the line.
Yeah, put it all on the line.
For freedom. For us
Yes.
to have freedom.
And they rebelled against the king.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
they.
oppressor king had
Unjust laws.
Yes, yes. Well, thank y'all so very much. I'm going to have to find me a shade again.
I wouldn't stay in the sun too much.
Yeah, I got to get out over here, y'all.
There's AC inside as long as you guys don't bring the phone and they won't beat you up or bug you.
Well.
Yeah.
Gosh, I recommend just hanging
Let's
out
see.
leaving your phone out here with, taking turns.
Looks like 143 people's following. Somebody sent me $2, and I don't know who it was, but whoever it was that sent me $2, thank you and God bless you. Yep. We have people here and there and everywhere rolling around here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
It's about freedom.
I do too.
It's about our freedom.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate
Yeah, thank you. Thank everybody. For the people that couldn't make it in person, a lot of y'all sent me a donation or other people donations to help get us here or keep us here or feed us or house us or pay for gas or Ubers or parking. Thank y'all, thank y'all. Wait a minute. Talking phones. Yeah. So, let's see. Ethics is walking around with one of his protest signs. So,
Gosh, I'm supporting to these guys. yeah. They'll do anything. They're crazy. No signs? Huh? What do you say? No signs?
No, I just wanted them to know.
Oh, you're walking around?
the street.
Oh, okay. I thought they said no signs. Get out of here.
Maybe a lot of honks, but all those honks say
It wouldn't surprise me if they're like, oh no.
hold the bird in there, speculative blogger.
yo, hey, I'm gonna have to cut this and take me a pause for the calls or do something. I will come back. I just don't know if it's gonna be 5 minutes or 25 minutes.
Hey, young lady, how are you?
Thank you so much.
Good. You having a good day?
Let me come back to y'all. Thank you.